Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and this is the Friday LEGO Let's Chat. We're working on the Motorized Lighthouse. I unfortunately missed last week's stream, so we are moving on to bags 6 and 7 from 2 weeks ago. Set number 21335. Or bang set in chat. Thanks for the link, Cosmic. I'm assuming I can be heard loud and clear. Hello, thanks for the kind words. What I love about Joel Duggan streams is even the countdown screens are designed to perfection. Well, I have to say, a good portion of that is the fact that LEGO has some beautiful promotional photography of this set on their website. So that image is from the lego.com/lego.ca website. And I am a graphic designer, so it's hard for me to not make attractive screens. So that's where we are with all that. If anything, I struggle with doing a new game and then realizing, crap, I don't have a good enough looking UI for the starting soon, for the overlay. I did buy one of the sets of overlays from Nerd or Die. By the way, there's a Nerd or Die code for anybody that wants to pick up some streaming stuff. If you're a streamer yourself, you can check out the links in the panels. There's also a link in my Discord to Nerd or Die, and there's a link in the chat now for Nerd or Die. So when I was playing Palia and when I play new games, I now have kind of like a general overlay set. Green and purple, I think, which is weird because most of my theme on the site is red, but the red stuff didn't look as good. And I think I had already done my leaderboard in purple. And I went with purple because the purple is the Twitch color. So that's kind of where we are with that. And I have a very minimal live overlay. Like, I think it's, as far as I know, it's just a strip across the top. And that's it. And it's not like a solid bar, so you can still see what's happening around it. The tricky part there, of course, is that you have to make sure with each game that there's not game UI up there. And for streaming LEGO, I have to make sure I don't push stuff like too far up here, because sometimes it can obscure the leaderboard and whatnot. Cosmic is letting me know that MindTripMedia dropped 100 bits in the starting soon screen right at the very beginning of the stream. Wow, thanks very much, MindTripMedia. You did that the other day too. I really appreciate the support. Hi there says you're my favorite streamer YouTuber. That's amazing. That is high praise. Hi there. We were just having a good joke the other day about how weird it must be for people listening to these VODs later when I'm talking to Hi There 11 in chat, which is their username. But it sounds like I'm just saying hi there over and over again. Anyway, I'm sure you did that on purpose, but it's a clever username. And I'm glad you're back. Good to see you. So first things first, we do have 3 bags. Well, this is a bag and a half. I'm sure I will get both of these done today. We might even get bag 8 done. First, I need to figure out which instruction booklet we need to keep on the table. I would say it's this one. Yeah, okay, so we're on that one. Cosmic Dancer subscribing 61 months in a row. That's incredible, Cosmic. You're almost able to collect old age pension with your Twitch sub. Cosmic says, you're on my top 10 list of streamers. Maybe not at the top. Nice. I appreciate that. That was heavy sarcasm for people that don't know Cosmic. Before we get into the bags, I have a surprise. Look what I remember to do the last time I was at the dollar store. We have the batteries, which is Canadian franglais for batteries. And this is one of my favorite things about this set. So if we go to the back, there's this rock piece. I'm not sure if you can see this. I'm going to try and lift this up without having pieces fall off. Unsuccessfully. So if you look at this back part right here. Oh yeah, okay, you can see that good. So this actually covers the battery pack for the motor. And it just connects with this one little spot there and there. So it's very easy to remove. And we're going to put the batteries in because I want to see what they do. Moving parts, yay. Now, I don't know what the quality of these batteries is like. They are from a dollar store. But they're a brand name, like they're Panasonic, so. I'm not planning on having this thing on all the time, so it should be fine. And we need 6. SweetSandi with 100 bits. Did someone say bits? Yes, they did. One of the great things, hi there, about I feel like I've lost the music. I have no idea what's going on with my background music. Am I back? Weird. I feel like there's a lot of glare today. I don't know what happened there. Something with iTunes just decided to just stop working. iTunes on Windows is terrible. I've never had any good luck with it. It's a lot easier to fix if I'm sitting at my computer playing Satisfactory, but the Lego table and the computer are next to one another, but I have to get out of my chair. That started a hype train. SweetSandi with 100 bits. No, True Purple subscribing 55 months for True Purple. That started the hype train. Thanks very much, True Purple. We need 6 batteries. I'll save those for something else, I guess. I guess I should turn to the page in the instructions where they actually talked about the batteries. I don't know whether they said... Yeah, here we go. 6 A batteries. This will be tricky, but we should be able to do it while it's all together. You might not be able to see much. Okay. I might have to take a couple of pieces off here. Oh no, screws pass it. We heard the USB disconnect and reconnect sound and lost a voice for a second. The cable and the mic. I did that on purpose because that's usually what fixes the problem. What happens is randomly I'll lose audio connection, and it's the key is usually I'll not be able to hear the music. And if I can't hear my earbuds, that means that the mic is not getting the signal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove a couple of pieces here, I think. Okay. That goes right in the middle. We've got 4 of these. Really, if I can just get this gray piece off, we should be okay. Should have maybe done this before I undid the screws. Yep. So it's a little bit more difficult to access this than I thought. Still possible. There we go. Do you have a Windows laptop? No, I have a iMac that I use for podcasting, and and other business work and artwork, and I have a gaming PC desktop that I have had for 4 years, I want to say. I definitely, I think I got the PC before the pandemic, but I definitely upgraded the processor during the pandemic because I remember my friend John coming over. Oh, this comes out. Nice. Okay, this will be really easy then. Positive goes that way. This way. And that way. This won't take very long. Yeah, all the specs for my gaming PC are down below in the About section in the panels. Oh, did I pay attention to how that came out? I did not. There's 2 connectors there and there's 2 connectors there, so that's probably the way it goes back in. Now the switch is over here. It's actually in a cave somewhere. There we go. Lights. So you'd have to go back to the other VODs, but there's a switch that we added in the cave. Put in the dark background here. I can hear it whirring. I guess the other thing is over here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this on stream. Oh, I just did something. Totally just moved the treasure chest. That's with the clamp, right. Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. So where's this? There's the switch. Can you see? I'm not sure. There should be movement right there. Yep. Good. All right, cool. Triage complete. I just have to put everything back. I like that the screws don't come out either. Like they won't come out of the holes, so you're not going to lose them. Smart. There we go. This should just slide back right in there. And then there was 4 across the front. And the part closest to the edge went right in the middle. Like that. A little bit of work to get that off, but not a lot. And then this goes right back over here. And just double check. Cool. I wonder if the aftermarket LED kits for this set use the battery pack for power, or provide a way to do some sort of wall supplied power. That would be cool. All right, bag 6. Let's go. You come to see me build Lego, not take it apart? Joke's on you, I do both. Lots of white pieces. Say we're probably starting the house today, would be my guess. Oh, put the knife away too soon. Those are some small bits, wow. Definitely some interior design details, I think. I think I might have to slide this out of the way. The LED kit for this looks pretty, but holy smokes, it's expensive and looks complicated. Yeah, the LED sets can be pretty pricey. What's the price on it, Cosmic? I've not looked, just because this one comes with its own LED kits, or like its own lights, so I didn't really look to try to light it up on its own. I imagine they do things like put maybe lights down on the dock, you know, that kind of thing. Throw a link in chat if you want. I'm not sure what would be the right website. I mean, there's usually a couple different websites that provide those kind of links or those kind of services, but Light Tailing, the brand that I have. Bricksmacks, that's the one that I have for the Ecto 1 that I haven't started yet. The problem with monetizing all of your hobbies is that you don't tend to do them in your spare time anymore once you turn them into streams. Candles, it looks like. Really specific. £43. So that would be at almost $100 Canadian, if not $100 Canadian. This looks like a wine bottle. Nice. I mean, if you're all by yourself, man in a lighthouse, I would have a bottle of whiskey. It wouldn't be a bottle of wine, but little teapot. Now, the challenging thing so far about this set has been that in the instructions, they don't highlight the new pieces. You really kind of have to do like a Where's Waldo as to what's new on each step. So in a good way, I think it's taking us longer and that we're taking our time. tea mug. 2 of them, it looks like. Looks like windows. Little window grills. Thor of Asgard, welcome in. Doesn't seem like much, but that's the price of another small Lego set. Oh yeah, I mean, like, any of these sets that I've purchased myself have run me $300 Canadian, because where I live in Nova Scotia, the sales tax on everything but food and books is 15%. So anything over $100, you're looking at $15 for every additional $100. So a $300 Lego set is got $45 of tax on top of it. Now I can claim it because I use Lego for entertainment and streaming purposes and stuff. So there's all kinds of different perks that I can use, which is one of the great things about turning any of your hobbies, if they're at all expensive, if you can turn them into a side hustle, something that earns you some cash, then if you're running a small business from home in Canada, then, and I'm sure it might be the same in other countries as well, but there's a certain amount of home business expenses that you can claim. Hey, look, it's all the things we don't get in Minecraft, like frying pans and spatulas and teacups. One of the great things about doing streaming is that if I buy any video games, I can claim them if I'm streaming with them. Because in this rare exception of something like Halo for Xbox or Forza, I stream games exclusively. Like, I don't tend to play very often when I'm not streaming. True Purple says we have 25% tax on everything, but it's included in the price of the item. Yeah, see, that's what bugs me about the tax here, is that you have to calculate it. Like, it's a surprise at the checkout. It's not in the price. There is not tax on food, so if you buy a loaf of bread at the grocery store for $3, then it's just $3. Also, people tend to include their service taxes in places like farmers markets. And for people that think that, 15 is high, I mean, 25% to me is bananas. But True Purple, remind me where you are. Don't you have a lot of government funded programs? Like, we've got, universal healthcare in Canada. It's not perfect, but if I break my arm tomorrow, I'm not going to go bankrupt. So I don't mind paying some tax. And there's a lot of programs to, I don't want to say get the tax back, but there are tax rebates and different programs depending on your income level. I am going to have to find another spot for that thing. Norway, yeah. Yeah, you got public healthcare, but then on top of that, don't you have like public university? Or is that someplace else I'm thinking? Several of the Norwegian countries, like I shouldn't say Norwegian, some of the northern European countries have it very right. It's expensive to live, but the quality of life, I think, from what I can gather, they've done things very well compared to other countries. But I'm assuming if you're paying that much tax, then like also things like income ratio has to be better too, right? I'm asking, I don't know. Because here, unfortunately, the problem, Canada is really going through a rough time right now, and I will try not to get political on the stream, but just the quality of life for what should be more than a modest income, like a good working class income, and people just cannot seem to make ends meet. It's scary for a lot of folks, and it's not getting better. One thing I can and feel absolutely comfortable, reaming on is the cost of food in this country right now. And it's because we have 2 to 4 massive companies that control all the grocery stores, and it's just corporate greed. They're just profits are skyrocketing, and people can barely afford groceries. And there's nothing behind it other than just grocery store giants making an absolute ton of money. And it's hard to shop anywhere else because those are the only stores that exist. Like, I would love to not shop at the Atlantic Superstore, which is owned by Blabla's, as are several other chains around here, but they're the only decent-sized grocery store. Plus, I don't drive. I can drive, but I don't own a car, so I walk most places. And smaller mom and pop groceries are great, but you often have to drive somewhere to get them. Like, they're not as conveniently located all over the city like the bigger chains, right? Cosmic says, I made the mistake of looking at the LEGO website to see if there's anything new, and now I'm looking at the Tranquil Garden set. Yeah, there's a couple of really cool sets that came out recently. A lot of like shelf decor things, kind of like the lighthouse, but much larger. They've also come out with some cool playsets. Nothing that I'm particularly interested in myself, but the Lego Dreams line, and I think they did something dumb like spelled dreams with a Z, but it's just this really cool idea of, it's very Minecraft actually, in that it takes like a lot of imagination. Like it takes, what if a butterfly was a robot? Like that kind of cool kitty imagination, and they apply it to Lego sets. It looks quite fun actually. Primary school and secondary school is free. So secondary school for us is high school, and that's public. That's not something we pay for. It's post-secondary school, like university, that's astronomical. For example, I had to take out student loans when I went to school. And by the time I was done a 4-year degree in fine art and a 1-year diploma program in computer animation, I had borrowed a grand total of $50,000, which I know is nothing compared to the US, but it's a lot for here. That's all been paid off, but it took forever. And that was $50,000 back in 2001. It would be a lot more now. Scotland's university might become free if you're born there. That's really cool. Are you from Scotland either? Student loans are a thing for the university. Okay. There's a pink parrot set. I didn't know about that. Have you seen? They've not been released yet. I saw a leak on a website for Lego bugs. There's a butterfly, a praying mantis, and I think a beetle, like a scarab beetle. They look really cool. But it's the kind of thing, like, after you build it, like, unless bugs are your thing, I don't know where you display them. You know? They're a very odd set. Cool. It would be really neat in, like, a science, you know, science lab for kids, you know, teaching anatomy of insects and stuff. That'd be kind of fun. And it's a small bag, but knolling out this bag is going to take forever. Saw the bugs. Are they on the Lego site now? I didn't realize they had been released yet. Maybe I should have done the other pieces. So many tiny spots. Let's go with these out of the way. And maybe move the model. It's gonna be the easiest way to do this. You go to Scotland often? I'm jealous. I've never been to Europe. And yeah, True Purple, the Tranquil Garden from Lego does look really cool. 20 degrees Celsius? That's a nice day. I'd be happy with 20. It's warmer than that here. 1, today it's muggy. We're getting like 35 or 45 millimeters of rain tomorrow, which we don't need. Yeah, it's 25, but it's, well, the humidity is only 65%. I thought it'd be higher. Stream is normally around 2 hours. It might go a little bit longer today, but it's about 2 hours. I've been trying to keep them to 2 hours just to kind of free up my day a little bit more. I could build Lego all afternoon, but I shouldn't. Speaking of, there is a new bit of audio for anybody that's in the Discord. I posted the July Hangout that I recorded on July 7th. That was a conversation with a live chat room about the channel, about the Citadel Cafe podcast, and where things are going, what my plans are for the future, different ways to support and subscribe, and one of those things was talking about the schedule change that we had here on the channel. For folks that have been keeping track, from March until the end of June, I was streaming every day but Monday, and now I am only streaming from Thursday through Sunday. So I take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off of streaming. I wasn't streaming on Monday anyway, because that's when I record the Spawn Chunks podcast. But speaking of, I say but a lot, and I'm trying to stop. And after editing that podcast recording the other day, I really say it a lot, especially when I'm on my own. I don't know whether I do it as much when I'm streaming Minecraft, because Minecraft you have something very focused in front of you to talk about. But when I'm just trying to come up with things to say on my own, I really stammer a lot. Which is surprising considering how much I try not to. Maybe I've just gotten comfortable. Bad habit, I guess. Anyway. The change in schedule was because attendance for the streams and revenue from Twitch was down, despite adding an extra 100 hours of streaming over the first 6 months of 2023. So that's one of the reasons why I've cut back on streaming. Plus it's summer and it's nice to have a little bit of extra time off. I might return to more streaming more frequently in the fall, when weather around here is not 20 degrees and sunny. When hurricane season arrives. Actually, that brings me to something that I'm very excited about. I've been watching a fair amount of information coming out about Starfield. I'm absolutely going to be playing, and I'm absolutely going to be streaming. I have access via Game Pass Ultimate, so I will be playing on my PC, but I can also play on my Xbox. I just can't stream from my Xbox currently. But that launches for me, as far as I can tell, on September 5th at 9 p.m. And September is also Subtember here on Twitch. But I'd like to do something a little bit different. I'd like to do a Starfield support marathon where it won't be a long day or a continuous stream, because I don't think that's healthy. But I will absolutely pour in a ton of time the first week that Starfield is out, and I'm sure that I would be happy to be online during most of that. So it'll be a little bit of a different vibe. The streams might be long. There might be some larger breaks for things like meals. But I would like to do a lot of Starfield streaming, and I want to try and promote both community growth as well as things like Patreon. So I'm hesitating to call it a sub-a-thon, because that usually implies just Twitch. I'd like to do maybe a support-a-thon where that would include things like Patreon subscriptions, PayPal donations, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how I ended up with a big gap between these two sections, but here we are. Lots of really special little pieces. I'm not sure what the they look like either wooden coasters or maybe they're supposed to be logs. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, there's 4 of them. Oh, I missed a black piece. Starfield September, exactly. I have been on the fence about how much I've been watching about Starfield, because now that there are review copies out there, there's also dinguses leaking Starfield stuff, and oh, I'm struggling to remember his name. If I can find Lieutenant Buzz Lightbeer, I think. I believe I've shared something in the Discord. Cosmic or any other mod, if you want to look that up. Lieutenant Buzz Light Beer, as in like Millard Light, like a beer that you drink. He has a YouTube channel, and he's got a lot of Starfield content. Now, he's really good at sharing news, but then he'll say, oh, this thing happened on Reddit, and there's leaks and blah blah blah, but he doesn't share that leak. He lets you know that there has been a leak, but he doesn't share that information because he doesn't want to spoil you on the channel, which I think is really cool. So I like following him because I feel pretty safe in that he's not gonna put something out there that I don't want to see. So I'm enjoying some of the news out of the game coming out of the different events, because Gamescom is happening right now. In Germany, and there's been some cool, like, apparently there's a game plus mode where, like, after you finish the main Starfield quest line, you can start again or continue on and accumulate more experience and stuff. I just dropped a piece of Lego on the floor. I'll have to go get that. Where did that go? Heard it. Found it. That was lucky. That went halfway across the room. Lieutenant Buzz Light Beer. B-E-E-R. Like Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, but beer. And they do Starfield content. They do other content as well, but mostly Starfield. And I recommend them because they don't do any spoilers. Very well spoken, very well organized. Videos got chapters. Really, really cool channel for folks interested. They don't fit that way. I feel like there's going to be a lot of this kind of stuff. A lot of helter-skelter. And these pieces really stand out. They don't go with anything at all. Yep, that looks right, Cosmic. Anyway, I highly recommend their Starfield content. And I've not taken a look at any of the videos that are like, you know, the top tips for Starfield and what to expect day one. And I know there's going to be an intense character creation screen, so I'm sure the first several hours of the stream are just going to be me making a character and hanging out with chat and stuff. But it looks like, based on Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear's latest video, that I will be streaming at 9 o'clock p.m. That's UTC minus 3 hours on September 5th, which I think is a Tuesday. Which is good. I'm glad it's not a Monday, because that would be tight with the spawn chunks. But Tuesday is a good day for me. So that week, I anticipate to be really, really into Starfield. Probably no Minecraft that week. It's probably just going to be Starfield from Tuesday to Sunday. And I want to organize some sort of, like I said, some sort of subscription event. Because it is September the entire month. I mean, to be realistic, I'm probably going to be putting in a lot of time in Starfield over the whole month of September. So, there's that. Well, that took forever. Or at least it feels like it took forever. Bag 6. Ready to rock and roll. After an hour. I should probably take a break before I start building anything. I guess we had to put the batteries in. Oh, maybe I don't need the big base. This could be cool. We just did that last week. Bag 6 plus this guy. Well, that will free up some serious space for a bit. Cool. Move this. It's getting harder and harder to pick this thing up. Want to take a break now? Yes. Yeah. I think for folks that are new, I take a break once an hour. I just kind of stand up, refresh my coffee, get a little bit of a stretch. You should too. Grab a friend too. We are trying to throw numbers at the Twitch channel. And I know it doesn't sound like much, but if every one of you here texted a friend or sent a message to somebody in your online communities and said, hey, this is really cool, you should come check out Joel's channel, then if all of those people showed up, then viewership doubles immediately. And the more that we do that, the more that we can natively grow the channel. So I'd appreciate it. But yeah, give me about 5 or 6 minutes, folks. I'll be right back. Seagull Official, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. So I didn't quite see in chat, are there other people that are interested in playing Starfield? Or at least interested in watching me stream Starfield? Cosmic Unknown, I know you are interested. All right. Step 1. It's actually kind of nice to be working on something a little bit smaller. I'd be really curious to see how this attaches to the main body of the model, because they've done some really interesting connections in things like the pier and the way that the cave works. So I'd be curious to see how this is going to actually attach to the final model. One of these little guys here. This is going to be a real lesson in Lego interior design too, because I, as an adult, have not built a Lego house. Everything that I do has been either a starship from Star Wars or like a car, you know, like Ecto 1 or the Mandalorian. So this should be really interesting. Maybe it'll influence which mod I decide to choose for Minecraft for furniture. I say we're building a fireplace if I was to guess. So they all have these single lines and then more like a brick pattern. And so the brick pattern is always facing the outside, it looks like. Oh, I'm ahead of myself. Need all of these first. I think that's something that the instructions don't do well, and that is because of the lack of highlight on new pieces, I find that I end up skipping ahead by mistake sometimes. Now this piece actually faces inside. I hope that's right. This goes this way. Hard to see. And we've got 2 of these. I'm curious with all these single block pieces how difficult it's going to be to keep everything straight. This goes in here like that. When these get little like twists in them, it drives me nuts. Seagull Official says I'd be interested in watching you play. Cosmic is interested in playing it. Never thought about using Lego build as an interior inspiration for Minecraft? Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it would be pretty cool. I think it's because I've seen the insides of some builds like the Brick Bank, which is part of the Lego modular sets for cities. And I use that as inspiration for the Lego the brick bank, or block bank rather, in Southport on the Citadel server. There's that too. I mean, obviously with Minecraft you're limited unless you add, as we are considering adding on Citadel server, a furniture mod. That looks like that. Feels like there's more yellow in them. And this attaches sideways. Yeah, that's totally like a wood stove or something. You can sort of see that. I don't know if the light hits it very well. Ah, they are logs, or meant to be logs. That's cool. I thought they looked like the end of logs. That goes here. Looks like firewood stacked up next to the wood stove. And then we've got this guy. And there's a drawer. That goes in the top. Wow. Very cool. Oh, there's a sticker. I don't know where those are. There's the envelope. And then there's that. The envelope goes in the drawer. And a little tea mug goes on the top. But I need to find the stickers. Not quite in the center, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see this much after anyway. And there's a little teacup that goes here. Yeah, that is jam-packed. I feel the same way about a lot of Lego interiors that I feel about Minecraft interiors, is that they often feel claustrophobic. Yay, more stickers, says no one ever. That actually is something that I was thinking about when I was listening back to the Town Hall Hangout. I've seen a number of people, specifically Minecraft YouTubers and stuff, having merch. And we haven't got into it with the spawn chunks, just because of the time sink and managing all that kind of stuff. But because I'm an artist and I can do something like that on my own time, I'm kind of wondering whether I could do some of my own personal merch. Because again, trying to think of alternative ways for people that may not want to add another subscription to their monthly, financial responsibilities. Just to kind of see if one-time purchasing of something would be something that they'd be interested in. I would have to have it automated. Like, it would have to be something where I don't touch the product. I design the product, but then I'd have to find like a third-party situation where it would be, like an autofill. I can't remember what the name of them are called. Like print on demand. So just for an example, I'm not necessarily thinking about a t-shirt, but just for example, if it was a t-shirt, I don't want to have to deal with returns. I don't want to have to actually physically touch a shirt to ship it. I'd need to deal with a third party that would be able to handle all that kind of stuff. The problem then becomes like, is it worth it for a quality item? Is it worth it for me, in terms of the time in, the cut of whatever merchandise that I would get? Like, do you have to sell 500 shirts before you've really made a profit on it? That kind of stuff. Whoops, making a mess. What kind of merch would you look at? I mean, t-shirt would be one thing, because I've designed t-shirts before. I did like the t-shirts for the Gamers In podcast, and I did my own t-shirts for Starcrossed, my comic strip. I feel like I've done more than one t-shirt. What else have I done? I don't know how many people would be into stickers, just because my audience tends to be a little bit older, but that kind of stuff, I don't know. I like, one of the things that we tossed around for the spawn chunks, which is really cool, is a notebook. Because so much of us, I can't speak today. So many of us in the community are gamers, and usually gamers that enjoy things like Minecraft or Satisfactory or planning games like City Skylines. Having a notebook next to your computer is usually a cool thing. Now, some people already have one, but it would be neat to have like a notebook with a picture of West Hill on it, And that's not even artwork that I have to do. All I have to do is just pick a screenshot and just add it to the notebook, right? Oh, wow, we're building a bed. Cool. I figured that's what this was in the corner. It's really neat, the detail that they've added to this. There's the pillow. See, this is what you can't do in Minecraft. Like, you're stuck basically with whatever single item model, right? Like you can't build something unless you have a mod like Tinker's Construct or something. I was looking at that, Cosmic, actually. I was wondering if adding something like, instead of dealing with whatever model we, the mod author makes for a sink or, a fridge or something like that. Have we looked at Tinker's Construct or something similar? I hope I muted in time. I just sneezed. Because that would solve some of our problems of, that's a mod that's always going to be updated. Did I do that right? Yeah. That's a mod that's always going to be updated. And it would give me creative control if I didn't like something, or if I wanted to make my own sink or my own fridge or change the color of the cupboards, like it would be done in game. I would love on a pin badge. Oh, like enamel pins? Enamel pins, I've seen people do them, but I don't know what the margin is on them. I'd have to see. It would be a good brainstorm to have on the Town Hall channel on my Discord. I was wondering what we were going to be doing with these blue pieces. I am impressed that it's the quilt on the bed. Like that's pretty cool. Gotta say. Right? It's a bed. It's either a quilt or a sleeping bag, but it's either way. That's really slick. I like that this is all minifig scale too, right? And then we're going to build a little kerosene lamp. Wow. This is intensely small. That goes there. Show you guys before I put it on. Neat. It's funny, like when you take a moment to realize, like, this is the first Lego interior that I've done for a house as an adult. And anything I did younger was probably like a castle or something, like not an actual house, but more like the inside of a castle. I remember hanging shields on the wall of something. I had one of those old Lego castle kits. Actually, I shouldn't say had. Still have. And that might be what I do if and when I finish up my current library of projects. After this, I've got the X-Wing, the collector set X-Wing. So that's going to take a while too. But if I get close to, the end of stuff, I can always dig out my old Lego sets from the 80s. I think that would be really cool. So this is probably where the chimney's going to go. So we're building up these corners and they have horizontal studs on them. So I'm assuming we're going to be attaching something later. Cool. We didn't, but that's a good idea. The Tinker's Construct, yeah. I don't know if it's available for fabric. That's the only thing. Or if there's a version of that mod, that type of mod for fabric for Minecraft. Not a fan of Lego prices, but their attention to detail is something else. I think, Meadow, you just have to find the right set. Because for me, the combination of knolling out the pieces, building it slowly, having a chat helps slow you down too. But there's a price point per piece. And if it's in the 10 to 15 cent range, you really do get your money's worth out of it. Especially if it's something that you can then like put in your living room on display, like Ecto 1 or the DeLorean or the Shuttle Discovery, and smile every time you see it. Like, same with Optimus Prime on my bookshelf in my living room. Same thing. Really, really enjoy that build, and it's worth the $300 I paid for it. Same with the X-Wing. The X-Wing was $300, and I'm okay with that. Now, I'm in a position where I can afford it. I've made it part of my job, so that comes with, my satisfaction with it, of course. So now we're doing the top of the stove, I think. There must be so many resource videos on things like how to make hearths and chairs and beds and like all the micro stuff in Lego. There must be an absolute ton of stuff like that, how-to videos online. YouTube, I'm sure. For all you tea drinkers out there, we've got a top to the wood stove where a kettle is positioned. And that looks like it goes there. So it lines up with the outside, I guess. That hole is supposed to be there to let some light in, I'd imagine. I bet you there's an LED in the kit for that stove. I would love to have a wood stove or a fireplace. I had one growing up. With the houses we lived in growing up, always had a fireplace or a wood stove. One house had both. I think only the townhouse didn't. Now it looks like we're building up side. And this little piece. There. I can see now how satisfying it would be to build something in the modular sets from Lego. Like the police stations or the Parisian cafe, all that kind of stuff. Really cool if you had the space to display it in a city. The mighty Elkhorn is here. How's it going, Elkhorn? Meadow says part of my problem is not having the space to display anything. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I'm running in a room. I need to redesign my studio. If I'm going to be here for another little bit, I need to redesign my studio so I can display some of my Lego in my streaming studio and then some of my Lego in my living room. Right now, most of it's in the living room. What I have above my studio right now is all the boxes, which looks cool, and they add sound dampening, which is good, which is nice. Like a natural sound dampening. More of those. These get put on here. Wonder what, a window, I guess, probably. Oh, there's two there. There's a ton of detail just in this little house. Which I guess it makes sense because the tower is going to come together quite quickly, I'd imagine. Imagine the tower has just got a fair amount of round pieces and it's not super round. Like the tower itself is only like about that big around, so I imagine it'll be 4 or 5 steps and you're done. You know, not 4 or 5 steps, but like 4 or 5 floors, and you'd be done. Okay, didn't miss any steps. I'm gonna grab this piece, 2 more of those. There we go. All right, so this goes facing inward. This goes outside, and then this goes on the edge. Oh. I wonder if I've got that backwards, even though the instructions said to put it this way. I wonder if that's backwards. I need to look to see. Turn around, I want to see it from the other side. They never turn it around. Yes, they do. And the instructions were wrong. Dang it. Oh no, wait a minute. No. That's not that side. Okay, that's what they want. Sure. So much detail in a small space. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the window swivels open, which is neat. That goes here. And then we've got 2 more pieces like this. And then we've got 4 of these. And 2 of these. Next there. I'm assuming this is how we attach the shutters. Hard on the hands. Tiny, sharp pieces. There we go. Looks like that. Go. Now it looks like we start from here. Go up another one on the corner. I like these long 4x1 bricks. They really feel like they secure things underneath them. The corners are still kind of wobbly, but I'm sure those will get a final placement in the end. Oh, did I need 2 of those? Or did I put it in? Oops. These angled pieces, these little C-shaped pieces are neat. They give an interesting look just inside. Nice frame for the window. I was reading ahead because it would be a pain in the butt to rip it all out. Just like art, my least favorite thing is redoing something you've already done. You know, like if your computer crashes or the power goes out and you lose a file. Oh man. Rage quit. I will come back later. Especially if I'm doing something like editing a podcast that's so like rhythmic. To try and find that again after you have to restart is such a pain. This is going to go there. This is going to attach to the top of it. And this goes here. So the outside has a fireplace too. I guess you can stoke it from the outside if you wanted to. That's interesting. So this is an inkwell. Wow. Supposed to be a quill in an inkwell. That is tiny detail. Very cool. And I've got this. Doesn't that looks really cool? Not sure if you can see down in there. Wonder if I use my phone. That show up? You can see how an LED would be really cool in there, hey? That's always interesting when you're like, oh no, there's a loose piece. And you're like, wait a minute, I put a letter in a drawer. And that's what's rattling around. Yeah, imagine if you could do this kind of detail in Minecraft, like natively, not with a mod. But if you had like cups, kettles. I understand why they don't do it, because then it limits, you know, if you're trying to do a futuristic world, but the only thing you can put down are like medieval pots and pans, then sure. You know, if you could make a wood stove, but you can't make an actual like modern stove, then it kind of limits you. But I still feel like some of the things that we have in game, like books in Minecraft, like book and quills in Minecraft, potion bottles, I wish you could put those down in the world and have them be a 3D object. That would be something that I don't think that would feel outside of vanilla. I feel like that would feel pretty natural. I hope if they redo the enchanting, as we've been discussing on the spawn chunks, that they take the opportunity, if they're going to reshape all of the potion bottles and give them their own unique color and shape, I hope they also give them an in-world model. Like imagine if a potion bottle in Minecraft was just like a little thing that you could sit on a table. I think that would be fantastic. Especially if they worked like candles. You put 4 in a row, a little cluster. Perfect. Sometimes I wonder why I didn't venture, after I left animation for television, I kind of wonder why I didn't get into game design, or didn't try to get into game design. maybe there just wasn't very many opportunities around here, or I didn't know the ins and outs of it. I mean, I was late coming to Minecraft. I didn't get into Minecraft until, how old was I when I got into Minecraft? 38. So yeah, the career had already taken its directions. Not that you couldn't get into game design, I guess, in your 40s, but I guess at that point, I've learned enough about game design that it feels like, depending on where you work, it could be a very grindy job. Some studios are better than others, of course, but you definitely feel and hear a lot about underpaid, overworked people. Not saying that that's happening at Mojang, just industry kind of standard stuff. Did I do that wrong? No. Welcome back, Thor. To windows, to window panes. These are awesome, by the way. I like these. I wish we had stained glass windows in Minecraft. That's something I was thinking about doing for the Citadel, was adding a stained glass window resource pack for West Hill, specifically for the area, so that if I invite people to tour West Hill when it's done, they'd have to install a certain texture pack. So these are probably going to be the front two windows here. And they swivel. Cool. Well, cool when you can actually get them to go in. First one went no problem. One of those things where like you don't want to break it. There we go. Oh, so these ones don't swivel at all. Those are just completely shut. Okay. Those go there. And we've got... oh, there's two of those. The colors of this are really interesting. So another angled piece here, so that'll mirror the other side. We've built, I'm not sure if this is the front door or the back door. One of the doors is the entrance, and the other door goes into the hallway that goes up the lighthouse tower. Those are stickers. My fan blew them off the shelf. Two of those, one of those, two more of those. Nice. I've got making a wine shelf. Wine and cheese? That's awesome. I'm assuming that's what that is. Well played, Lego. Well played. That is a nice touch. Oh, here we go. This sticker was inspired by a private photo from Sandro from a family trip to Giuseppe. In the Lego version, we added Sandro's mother to complete the photo. Original photo from left to right, Sandro, Sandro's father, and Sandro's brother. Private photo from the family trip to Giuseppe. Pessy? I don't know how to say that. Pessy. More stickers. Okay. Pretty sure that Sandro is the designer of the kit. Little brown border makes it look like a picture frame. Very cool. Sure, there's a lot of stuff like that in Lego house builds, you know, for the cities, the little modular things they do. Having like stuff like that on the walls, I'm sure it's pretty common. They always look this full. Like whenever someone on YouTube like takes a roof off and you look into a build, they always have like a lot of stuff in them. All right, these go over here. Am I missing a piece? No, it's this. It goes in there like that. Oh, cool. So they're going to hang the frying pan and stuff up above the stove. That's the frying pan. Man, that is tight. I feel like this is where sometimes Lego, for me, always looks a little claustrophobic in that it's, they really pack a lot into a small space, and there's not a lot of negative space. Like it's very busy. That has to be twisted, I guess. You got the utensils hanging above the stove. And the clock here. Yeah, this is where your big hands become a problem. I really want to lock all this together. It separates very easy. I'm sure that piece is coming. Oh, it is like a little cottage, guys, like a little one room cottage. Some of the things that I've looked at online in my education in house hunting has been tiny homes, but I don't think I could do a tiny home, especially because I want a dog. I mean, the dog wouldn't care, but I feel like I would. I wonder what this is supposed to be. Maybe something to clear the chimney or light the lighthouse, maybe? Here we go. This is where we add the shutters. The cool way to do this. And of course you put them in the right way, because then it looks like when they rotate in, they would cover the arch of the door. It's slick. Not the door, the window. Wish we had shutters in Minecraft too. That's something that I think would be really fun to add. I know people use trapdoors, but I feel like having actual shutters would be cool. But then you just end up going down that laundry list of all the stuff that you really want in Minecraft, you know? All right, another corner piece. I'm assuming there's going to be some nice bricks that go up the outside of that. I think I remember that from the box. And then we've got this little piece goes in here. This goes in here like that. I wonder what's going to get attached to that. A broom, I guess? Corner piece. This build, this particular lighthouse build, I feel like it's more like a Minecraft stream where I very often feel like I'm just talking about what I'm doing in the build, as opposed to being able to talk about other things, because they get very specific. There's a broom. Probably going to be hard for everybody to see. I really like this outside detail here. Cool. Oh wow, that's it? That's a lot of leftover pieces. Feels pretty sturdy though. Bag 7. I don't think we're gonna have time for bag 7. How big is bag 7? Oh yeah, bag 7 is small. I have a flower forest fairy kingdom in mind for Minecraft. This is kind of small scale houses I'm imagining. I'm making tiny fairy cottages. Oh, that's really cool, Cosmic. That's a cool idea. Yeah, that's a lot, I feel, left over. That's unusual. I don't think I missed a step. I don't see anything that's glaringly missing. Yeah, I don't see anything. I think the bed was one of my favorite. The bed and the wood stove are two of my favorite details from this. Alright, well, I guess this is all leftover stuff. That is way more than normal. I wonder if they're just hard pieces to find, so because you bought this nice kit, they decided to give you the extra bits. So bag 7 looks like there's going to be more happening, so let's just continue on. No, it's on the floor, bad. Especially when they're brown. My floor is brown. That would be a nightmare to find later. Alright, bag 7 is like really tiny, so we're just going to go right in. Yeah, I feel like you're right, Cosmic. I feel like when there are smaller pieces, they tend to give you a lot more. You know, I don't even think I'm going to null these out. I think we'll just maybe separate them by color. That or we'll just do it super quickly here. Yeah, some of these pieces are just so finicky. We'll be better off to just have them in little piles, I think. Because this doesn't look interesting to lay out, it just looks kind of tedious. Plus, a lot of these I believe are the same. Yeah, and these are all the bricks on the outside, I think, what the instructions show. Yeah, okay, cool. Weird, it's like there's a, almost like the book got wet somehow. It's a weird crinkle in the middle of the instructions. So we're gonna add some corners. Very satisfying. Top this up. No, Cosmic, we're just gonna, I think we'll finish the bag. Thanks though. Obviously how the roof attaches would be my guess. These little pieces are, I think they use them as like bars of gold or silver. They also work really well in Star Wars sets for like metal details on ships when they're not beige. That goes around there. And then we've got 9 of the little ones and 9 of the big ones. And they go on the front here. So this is the kind of thing that you really can't do in Minecraft, but so cool in Lego. Not sure how I feel about the green, but the beige is kind of cool. I guess it works. And then we've got down the side. This is the kind of thing I wish we could do in Minecraft, having these like extra overlapping bricks on the edges of things. Some people have like connected texture packs that do this in Minecraft, which is really cool. I know Flip had one for a long time. I'm not sure if he still uses that. I haven't checked. Tuning in with Whip and checking in with what Mythical Sausage are doing are on my to-do list for not so much what they're doing online, because of course I keep in tabs with their builds and I'm a fan, but how they have like Patreon set up and how they offer different things on their Patreon. I need to look at that because I think I need to do the same sort of thing with my Patreon. That is really cool. We've got the front step, it looks like. I really like how they combine plates and studs to create a step up without going like a full plate, like going a half plate almost. That goes here. Very cool. I wonder how the door's going to go on. Speed running bag 7. Well, bag 7 there wasn't a whole lot going on. 5 and 5. I'm not sure what's easier, putting them on and then straighten them out after, or straighten them out as you go. I feel like Steven ESC would really enjoy this kit, knowing how much he likes unique kind of Lego connections and stuff. Okay. You could always just put them on and not straighten them. That sounds like Greek, Cosmic. I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? Blasphemy. Not straighten them. I mean, if I really wanted to have some fun, I would put everything on and I would make one of them crooked, show everyone in chat, and then I would just log off and say, see you later, see you tomorrow, see you next week. Leave it crooked on my desk for a week and have everybody on Twitch just go absolutely crazy. Did I do that wrong? No, I did that right. Okay. Well, some of them weren't on all the way. Nice. Very cool. Turn it around, they say. And repeat. I think it is actually easier to straighten them as you go. It's slower, but you have more room. I mean, obviously the big ones are easy to straighten out. It's the small ones that are tough. This is a terrible track. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. And I feel like I hear this one all the time. I'm on annual leave from work next week. You leave even one of them not straight, I'm going to jump in a plane and come over there. See? I told you. It's too bad your annual leave doesn't line up with Starfield being released, Cosmic. Unless you have early access, at which point it would, but my guess is that you're playing on Game Pass. Or will be playing on Game Pass. These are really tricky. Okay. That's done. And then, oh, this one's different. This one's just all straight down the side. This is what I thought it was going to be, was just all one type of block, but I'm glad that it's not. Still looks cool. If anything, just having the single type of block down the side is more symmetrical. Really makes the build feel sturdy. This is the kind of thing I try to do in Minecraft when I'm creating things, is make them look like they are able to stand up because of the block choices that you use, the textures that you use. Making something look like it has corner support, you know, that kind of structure, I think goes a long way in games like Minecraft, even though you don't need it because there is no gravity in the game, save for a couple of blocks and you yourself as the player. But, you know, using blocks in Minecraft to create structure goes a long way for your builds, I think. I think that's it for that. Very cool. Oh, it's a huge door. That's massive. I did not expect this. I thought it was going to be like just a door piece, you know, a single piece. Oh, that's what that thing is that we put in. It was the iron rod for the door. Here I was thinking it was like a chimney sweep or something. The big black piece we put in next to the broom. It's the iron hinge for the door. And then we've got an actual, like, I know what these are. They're like a horn or a claw, but it's like a wrought iron door handle. That's cool. Yeah, so that's the door handle. Did I put that on the wrong way? Goes this way. Oh, weird. I would have thought that the handle would go up, but that's the way that the door is supposed to go. Huh. Yeah, anytime I've ever seen a door in Lego, it's always been a like a door piece that goes in there. The fact that these twist is kind of annoying. Very cool. Although, from an architecture standpoint, when your door opens up, you have to leave this entire space clear, otherwise you're never getting in or out of your small cottage. Imagine the door opens up and it just takes up your entire house. That's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. That's interesting. We're going to put this under here. So this is how we attach the house to the base plate, and it looks like it's going to rotate into place. I know exactly. There's another piece of kit on the base that that's a round kind of clicky piece. Yeah. What's all this for? I want to see. All right, time to get back. Yeah, see the orange piece or the yellow piece? All right, so the stairs are down here. And this goes on facing this way. Really neat how it's just gonna sit there. Make sure I have this in the right spot. Yep. Has a little bit of a wiggle, but really clever how you can put that on an angle in a Lego build. Like, I never would have thought of that on my own. Look how nicely that lines up. Very cool. And then we've got the fish on a stick. A weird color for a fish. And not only is this fish on a stick, it's also going to secure the two builds together. That's really neat. So there's a hole there, and this is going to remove that wiggle. I was wondering what those are going to be for. So, fish above the door. Very little play now. A little bit, but not much. That's 3. Oh, and now we're doing stuff around areas. That's oh, railing. Right on. This is going to go here. That. French piece. One of those. Goes on like that, and then we've got French piece there. Piece goes on like that, and then that is really slick. Like those all old wrought iron railings, you know. Hold on, let me see if I can grab this. Very cool. That's going to be harder and harder to do as time goes on. And that is the end of this part of the book. We now have to switch to the other part. The second instruction book, on number 2. Very, very cool. Really enjoy that. We got front door, we've got kerosene lamp, there's a bed, photo, wine and cheese, teapot, cast iron pan above the stove, wood stove with external fireplace, all kinds of crazy stuff. Book and quill, map, teacups. It all kind of connects to what will be the tower here. So, and of course we have batteries. I love that the Switch is in there. Very, very cool. Folks, that's where I'm going to leave you for this week. I will, of course, be back tomorrow with Minecraft. That will be at 1 o'clock Atlantic, UTC minus 3 hours. Be back in West Hill, hopefully finishing up more stuff in the keep. We will be back next Friday with bag 8 of 13 or 14 bags for the Motorized Lighthouse. I'm really enjoying this. Really enjoying this build. Thank you ever so much, Cosmic. It's just fantastic. I really, really like it. Thanks ever so much for the bits and the subs earlier today. Lots of regulars subbing for obscene amounts of time. 61, 55 months. People that have been here for a long time, and I really, really appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. Be sure to follow on social media, Joel Duggan everywhere. Check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan for a way to support the streaming work that I do. For $2 a month, you can join the Discord and keep me doing what I'm doing, and I really, really appreciate it. In that Discord, I will be outlining the details of what I'm planning for Starfield coming up on September 5th at 9 p.m. Atlantic. That's UTC minus 3 hours is when I believe I will get access. I am very excited. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for being here. Hi there, Cosmic and True Purple. Cosmic, thanks for the moderation. Appreciate it. Blast Jordan, Kelbirdie, good to see everybody. I know these Friday streams are a good thing for the regulars. I do enjoy the conversation. And we'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm going to pass you along to Tadpole Milk. Minecraft coming at you. Don't go anywhere. Bye for now.